Why do we need imagination? If we never had imagination, people like Walt Disney or Dr. Seuss would never have imagined all of the different characters that have now evolved into iconic characters. Walt just started out with a plain and simple mouse that we now know as Mickey Mouse. Imagination is truly the key to almost everything. If we were to not have imagination, then everybody would be the exact same and there wouldn't be a difference between two people. All of the buildings would be the exact same too. Albert Einstein once said, "Logic will get you from point A to point. However, imagination will take you anywhere." I believe this to be true because if you were to only focus on the logical part of life, then there would be no fun in the journey. However, when you include imagination, the journey will be fun and it'll open up a whole lot of doors for you. When I was younger, my mom used to read books to me, like the Dr. Seuss books. I would imagine that I was in those books and that I would help the characters in those books. This was what really persuaded me to imagine. I would imagine that I was a prince trying to save a princess from an evil dragon, or I was a race car driver trying to win that World Cup. In the summer, I would go to my church's VBS program to volunteer for younger kids, because little kids have the most open minds to almost everything you can throw at them. And I take advantage of that and I teach them that it's always good and cool to imagine. At my church, we would give them scenarios in the Bible that would make them feel like they were actually there. One day it would be Jesus talking to them, asking them questions, and the next it may be a king. I would always include the left out kids or the kids that were not interested and change their mindset and teach them how to become more focused and more in tune to what is being said. This has always been and always will be fun for me and a good experience for me to help younger kids. Imagination left all the sadness behind for me and to others since I had been ignored and I know others have been too. And it invited me to and others to a never-ending party that we are always allowed to join. This will always help me the years to come. Now, in saying that, imagination is not just for kids. It is also for adults too. If the adults were to stop what they were doing for just one moment and focus on what they could do or build if they had imagined. Adults can use imagination as an escape from their day-to-day life of just doing the same boring thing over and over again. Research finds that if you were to have an imagination like a kid, you'll be more focused, creative, and more hands-on. Everyone has the power to imagine, but in order to use this power, we must first try to imagine. We need to spread the word about imagination, and we need to help others imagine as well. So here's the challenge. I challenge you to help at least 5 people in the next week to help them understand or teach them about imagination or help them use their imagination. These 5 people will spread to 10 people, and those people will spread to 20 people, and the number will keep doubling and doubling and doubling. So why do we need imagination? My name is Trey Elliott, and this is my TED Talk.